Ah, the note of vetiver. Man, I absolutely love vetiver. Vetiver is in so many different fragrances. It is such a utilized ingredient in a lot of different perfumes. And today I have 10 of some of my favorite vetiver fragrances that I'd love to share with you. So stick around. Cue that intro. What's going on, my beautiful fragrance family? I hope each and every one of you are doing phenomenal today, and welcome back to My2Scents. My name is Brian, and this is the channel all about helping boost your confidence through the art of fragrance and helping you become a lasting scent memory. So, what are some of your favorite types of vetivers? You know what to do. All right, so do you even know what vetiver is? Go ahead and leave me a comment, but I'm just gonna go over and let you know a little bit of what vetiver is. Vetiver is basically grass. It is a grass. It is a crucial and main ingredient in tons of different fragrances. It helps bind fragrances together. It has a woody characteristic. It can be creamy, it can be green, it can be fresh. It can be utilized in so many different ways. So what I've got in front of me is 10 vetiver fragrances. And what I'm gonna do is kind of go over the differences and how vetiver can be utilized. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these vetiver fragrances that might just be perfect for you in today's whiffs and sniffs. All right, first up on my list, we're gonna start out with a nice, fruity, fresh, and clean vetiver. And it comes from Flower City Fragrances, and this is Orchard Vetiver. So this is newer to my collection, but man, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm loving what this fragrance does. So this is how I'd like you to imagine Orchard Vetiver. So the vetiver in this is crisp, it's clean, it's bright, and it's green. And just imagine this big bed of vetiver, of grass. And you have these star fruits and pineapple laying on top of this vetiver, and then wrapping itself around everything and binding everything together. You're getting these beautiful clean musks, because that's exactly what Orchard Vetiver is. Well, at least for me. It's very fruity up top. You get this nice citrusy, fruity quality. And then you get all the greenness, the musks, and that really clean vetiver. It's very inoffensive and be perfect for the spring and summer. Good longevity between that 6 and 8 hour mark, depending on your skin, of course. Good projection within the first hour. You're looking at $109 for a 50 ml. I think that is a really good price. You can also get 10 mls. So if you like fruity fragrances, if you like that fresh, bright, clean type of vetiver, definitely check out Orchard Vetiver from Flower City. Oh, and I meant to say, these are in no particular order. These are just some of my favorites. I've got tons of vetiver fragrances. But next up, we are gonna go with a luxurious, sophisticated and dapper vetiver, and this is coming from ROJA PARFUMS, and it's called, well, vetiver, if you couldn't tell by the words on the screen. But anyways, ROJA PARFUMS vetiver. So the way that I categorize this is a slightly woody but also kind of creamy vetiver, and that is because of the florals that are in it, and you get this really nice bright citrusy opening. Now this is a very polished vetiver. Think like Guerlain vetiver, but well, more expensive and also a little bit higher quality. But in this, you get like a couple different aspects from the vetiver. You're getting a creamy quality, but you're also getting a little bit of a dry woody quality and a little bit of a greenness. So you're getting a multifaceted vetiver in here. But that's also due to the musks that are used in it and also the florals that are lying within the heart. Get a nice bright citrusy opening. Good longevity, I would say, again, between that 6-7 hour mark, but it's very luxurious smelling. It's very kind of CEO worthy, and it's a vetiver fragrance for those of you who can afford the finer things in life. These are expensive. Again, $485 for a 50 ml at full retail. You can find them at discounters. I suggest checking out like Max Aroma, fragrancebuy.ca, and see if you can't find it for a really good price. But again, this is an investment piece, all right? So if you like the finer things in life, yeah, I'd definitely say check out ROJA Vetiver. Next up, we're gonna get into the creamy, sweet type of vetiver fragrance. And we're gonna go with Commodity, and this is, well, vetiver. So these used to pop up at the rack stores, and that's where I got mine. I got it for a stinking good price. But now I think you can get these for like $110 for 100 ml. This is a sweet, creamy vetiver. I would wear this like casually. It's got this really nice like ambery sweetness flowing through it, but the vetiver is very creamy. It's almost as if you took a bunch of grass and put it in a blender with some milk and blended it all up. It's got a really nice woody quality to it as well, but that's more coming from the wood. Commodity vetiver is a great vetiver. It absolutely is, and actually very affordable. You get slight spiciness, you get a nice sweetness, and you also get that creamy vetiver. Nice woody base as well with some supporting musks. So if you like creamy vetivers, I would check out Commodity Vetiver. Coming up next, a very chill, cooling type of vetiver, and it's coming from SVENSK Parfums, and they are out of Sweden, and this is JOVOY. Now, I don't know exactly if I'm saying that right because it's spelled LJUS, but I Googled it and listened to the pronunciation, and what I got from it is juice. This is so bright, fizzy, and it's so chilled right off the bat. And in the dry down, again, you get this very crisp, clean, slightly woody aspect coming from the vetiver. This is really stinking good. This has a really nice green quality flowing through it as well. This is a very cooling fragrance. It's a beautiful representation of how vetiver can be used with other ingredients to make this really chilling effect. Now, these are a little expensive. These 30 mLs, I think, run about $110. In my opinion, completely worth it. Only takes a few sprays. I love the citrusy quality to it, a slight floral heart, but it's really the citrus and vetiver in this bad boy. I'm really looking forward to wearing this summer. So next up on my list comes from SVENSK, and this is JOVOY. All right, this next one is a business casual or business type of vetiver, and it comes from the house of Tom Ford, and this is gray vetiver, and this is the Eau de Parfum. Now, I do like the Eau de Toilette better. Unfortunately, by the time that I ran through my bottle of Eau de Toilette, the Eau de Parfum was the only thing that I was able to get because Eau de Toilette has been discontinued. If you guys know of anybody that is selling a bottle of the Eau de Toilette for a really good price, I'm saying really good price, I'm not talking like $200-300, hit me up. Now, gray vetiver, citrus up top. The vetiver in this is a little spicy. It's got a nice creamy aspect to it as well, but it's also blended very well with the woody base. This is a vetiver fragrance that I tend to wear more suited up. All right, business casual and up. Now, you can wear your fragrances whenever the hell you want. Don't let anybody ever tell you when and how to wear your fragrances. It's all completely up to you. But I tend to wear gray vetiver a little bit more business casual or completely suited up. Now, gray vetiver is more expensive because it is a Tom Ford. I'm not exactly sure 100% what these retail for. I get all my Tom Fords from discounters. Don't wear it as much as I used to just because I have so many fragrances, but I think this is a beautiful, beautiful, masculine, very sophisticated type of vetiver. So next up, Tom Ford, gray vetiver. All right, let's go super cheap, all right? And I'm gonna put a super cheap vetiver fragrance up here that doesn't get a whole lot of talk because the other two in the lineup definitely do get a lot more talk, but we're gonna go with Lalique ENCRE Noir Sport. Now, the other ENCRE Noirs in the lineup definitely are very almost gothic style vetivers. Some people say that they're the type of fragrance you wear to a funeral. I don't really get that. I like them. I think they're woody, they're spicy, they're fantastic fragrances. But I really enjoy what they did with this. What Nathalie Lorson did, who was the perfumer on this, what she did is she took that vetiver from the other ENCRE Noirs and she added more green qualities, some nice watery qualities. So you get this more casual type of vetiver fragrance. It's actually suitably named. I could see this being a sport fragrance. It's watery, it's green, and then you're getting that nice woody vetiver with some nice spice going along with it. I think ENCRE Noir Sport is fantastic. It's a pretty decent performer as well. I get about 5-6 hours out of it, but I'll tell you what, this is stupid cheap. I got all 300 mLs of the ENCRE Noir lineup for 70 something, 75 bucks. That's 3 fragrances, 300 mLs for like $75. These pop up at discounters all the stinking time. The way the green notes are blended in there and some of the watery aspects, it kind of dumbs down that thick, spicy, woody vetiver that can be a little gothic. can be a little tough for some people. So if you're looking at venturing into vetiver, then definitely check out Lalique ENCRE Noir Sport. This next one is a transportive type of vetiver. You're like, what? Transportive? Basically, all you have to do is you spray on this next fragrance and you think about where you want to go and it takes you there. It doesn't actually do that. But this next fragrance does transport me back to when I was living in Oregon. And it is from Shelter and Perfume. See if I can get that to focus there. And this is In the Vineyard. Now, In the Vineyard is a very, again, fresh, clean, but very green type of vetiver. I imagine myself walking through the vineyards in Oregon. It gives me this green, grassy feel, a leafy feel, almost like a viney quality. It's very green, it's fresh, it's almost uplifting the way the vetiver is done in this. You're also going to get some nice citrus and some fruits in it as well, but the vetiver is just, it's gorgeous. Now, you can get these in 15 mLs. I believe you can also get them in 30 mLs. I got a 15 ml, but I'm gonna have to step up my game and get myself a 30 ml. Emily over Shelter and Perfume, wonderful woman. She is a bubbly burst of energy, and I freaking love her fragrances. I will leave her Etsy account linked down below and also her Instagram so you could go over and maybe chat with her. But In the Vineyard is awesome. I absolutely adore this fragrance because it really does. It takes me back to when I was living in Salem, Oregon, right outside of Portland. I get a good 7 to 8 hours of longevity. Great projection within the first hour and a half, and then it sits closer to skin. But this is one that is perfect for the spring and summer. Perfect. So next up, Shelter and Perfume, In the Vineyard. Next up is a very mass appealing, easy to wear, inoffensive type of vetiver fragrance. And it's coming from Terence Hughes, and this one is GUAPO. Now, I know you guys have heard me talk so much about GUAPO. I absolutely love this fragrance. Creamy bergamot up top with a really nice creamy vetiver. This is a very beautifully done, mass appealing style of vetiver. I get good performance out of this, a solid 8 hours, really good projection for 2-3 hours. It's a beautifully done vetiver fragrance. Now, this is Aaron's first full-blown vetiver fragrance because he's not a huge fan of vetiver, but the way he did it in here, it's really good. It's also supported by some nice musk, and then you're also going to get a nice woody base. But GUAPO, fantastic. If you're looking at pleasing the masses, maybe you want, an attention grabber, GUAPO is definitely one you want to check out. You can get these in 10 mLs and 50 mLs. I believe 50 mLs, I think $180. I can't remember. 10 mLs, not 100% sure. If I remember, I'll leave it all right here somewhere. It's very easy to wear, and it would be a complete dumb reach, date night type of fragrance. You can wear it anytime. It's kind of a jack of all trades type of vetiver fragrance. So next up, GUAPO from Terence Hughes. Next up is going to be more of an aquatic style vetiver, and it's coming from Gallagher Fragrances, and this is Overt. This is a salty salinic vetiver. Now you're getting a nice mandarin and lemon up top, with these really nice sea notes and salty notes, and then that is blended really well and laying on top of beautiful bed of musk and vetiver. And this is going to be more of a dry vetiver, more of your woodsy style of vetiver. This was launched, I think, last year, or might have been 2020. I think it was last year, but a little goes a long way. This is a 3 sprayer for me. 1, 2, and 1 down the shirt. Definitely not something that I would wear in the winter or the fall, just because it'd be too much. It'd be very cloying because of the way that the C notes are done in this. It's very salinic, but it's also very beautifully blended with vetiver. So next up, Gallagher Fragrances Overt. So next up, we're gonna go with a sexy vetiver. A beautiful, sexy vetiver. This is my favorite date night vetiver. And it's coming from the house of JOVOY, and this is Incident, let's see if I can get that to focus there. Incident Diplomatique. I love the patchouli and vetiver combo in this. That's all you really need to know about this. It's beautifully done. Also nice, almost dirty and clean musk blended together to create this really nice, sexy quality to it. I love the patchouli in this, the way it's sweet and adding a little bit of a dirty, spicy quality to it, adding to the nice woody vetiver. And I do believe there's also a nice creamy vetiver, a sweet, creamy vetiver, kind of laying in the heart. I love this fragrance. I don't wear it enough, honestly. I don't go on many dates these days. JOVOY makes beautiful fragrances, and Incident Diplomatique is one of those. Very long lasting and powerful. I get really good projection within the first couple hours, and then it sits closer to the skin, but I get a good 8-9 hours of longevity. They are a little expensive. I believe $180 for 100 ml. They do sometimes pop up at discounters. So if you're looking for a great sexy time type of vetiver, look no further and check out JOVOY Incident Diplomatique. All right, there it is, guys. A quick list of 10 vetiver fragrances. Each one of these fragrances all contain the note of vetiver and are based around the note of vetiver, but they're all done differently. Vetiver is an awesome ingredient. It might take a little bit of time to get used to it because it can be a little off-putting in certain fragrances. But what you gotta do is you gotta give your fragrances time. You gotta spend some time with them. You might not like them at first, but after some time, you might just end up loving them. Let me know what some of your favorite vetiver fragrances are, some that you think I should get my nose on. But that is it for me today, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. And if you enjoyed today's content, then do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you are stinking frickin' beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.